Oh, hello. I feel like it's been ages since I've done a video, and it has. It's been 2 weeks since I put my last one up. And since then, I've just been planting all the bare roots. And I'm still not done. There's still a few left that I have to do. And it's come to the point where, I'm starting to... Well, I've been feeling like this for a while, but it's overwhelming. It's like really a lot to do. And I'm very aware of the fact that we're galloping towards spring and everything's going to start growing, and I haven't even completed all the jobs that I wanted to do. But anyway, today what I wanted to do was just do a very quick update. I say that, but it's probably not going to be quick just because of how much there is to show you. I thought I'd just get the camera out and show you what I've planted, where I've planted some of the bare roots. But first, let me show you this. I put a little shed up. So this is a little shed. It was relatively new that we brought from our other house. I didn't want to leave it there. It was like nearly £300, and I thought it would be ideal here, just so you come in through the garden into what will be the growing space. So those will be the veg beds, polytunnel, possibly more veg beds. And it's just nice to be able to come here, grab some tools from there, and then carry on about your business. I always like to look at the pond when I come here to see how high it is. It hasn't rained for a few days, and then today it started raining. Well, I woke up in the morning and it was raining, so I just thought, it's a good idea to take a break from the planting because I am absolutely exhausted, and maybe just walk around, have a look at things in between the spits of rain, and just see where we are with things, So, this is one of the cherry trees. And there's another one over there. And I'm slightly worrying that I might have planted them too close together. But they are at least 6 metres apart, so I'm hoping not. This one I really like because this one's just tall and straight, and I don't know, it just seems nice and hefty. Oh, and I missed that one. There's another one just over there. You can just about see that white tag. That's another one there. And there's another one there. You can see the wood chip there. So the idea was, you can see these 4 blue posts, 3, 4, was to plant them in a line here. But I couldn't because the ground was too wet. So can you see this hole? So I started digging this hole, and it was like the hole that never ended because I came to this huge rock here. I don't know if you can, let me get my foot on it. Just to give you, so these are like really big wellies. They're a size 8 or 9, I think. And it's much bigger than my wellies, so that was in there. So I just kept digging and digging and digging. And because I wanted to get that rock out. And then I went away to get the tree, came back, and the hole had filled up with water. So I planted the tree, and then I read up about it. Let's go and look at this tree first. Yeah, it's always a bit of, well, for me anyway, I always worry about whether the tree will actually survive. So until the leaves actually start coming out, I'm going to be worrying about them. Came back, hole was full of water, planted the tree anyway. That evening I was thinking, I'm not sure I should have planted that tree in a hole that was filling with water. Read up about it, and it turns out that yes, stone fruit in particular really don't like having their feet wet, and they're prone to root rot. So I had to dig it up, which I could tell you was harder than planting it in the first place. So I dug it up and then moved it. And what kept happening was, if you can see, I don't know if you can see the contours of the land, but it comes down there and it goes back up there. So that it's the lower part where I was planning on planting them. But obviously I couldn't plant them there because I kept digging holes and they kept starting to fill up with water. So this one here, what are these ones? Hang on, let me have a think. This one over here I think is a pear, and there should be one over there. I don't know if I'm pointing in the right direction because I can't see. That's a pear tree as well, and I believe that this one that one and the one beyond are apple trees. And again, over here I was having the same problem in that I had to keep moving the holes because it was too wet. And yeah, it was just really tiring. I mean, I didn't fill that one back in. I'll need to come and do that. I think I must have gotten so tired by the time it came to it that I just didn't bother filling it in. So yeah, that started filling with water. So what I did, I then brought some of the, what were they? I think it's not Saskatoon, it was something else. It's one of the purple berries, which I can't remember the name of. I'll put it up on the screen. So I planted one here, one just over here, and then I planted the other one over there because they do very well in wet soil. So I thought, well, that'll do me. And then over here I've planted the nut trees. So I planted the 2 walnut trees, and I also planted the lime trees here actually. So now though, I'm thinking, I'm not sure I've done them in the right place, because you can see there's one here. So that's one of the lime trees there. I was having a look at it a couple of days ago and realised there's a bit of damage on that. I hope it's okay. The buds look all right. So you can see, can you see these brown roots here? All of them. And them, the dark brown bits over there as well. All those roots came out of just this hole. So that's all the bracken. And I really need to keep on top of the bracken this year, because I've read that all you need to do really is cut it down a couple of times, and it won't really survive. So if it does come back the next year, I'll do the same thing again. You know, it doesn't keep growing. It's not like grass. It won't keep growing. The more you cut it, the more it grows. It's not the same. So the other one's here now. I'm thinking that I might have put this in the wrong place. And I'll tell you why, because I was here a couple of weeks ago, and it was beautiful, sort of sunsetish time. Not sunset, but you know that kind of time just before the sun's going to set, and the light is just beautiful. And I was standing over there by those trees having a look at them, thinking about how I'm going to, the ones that came down, thinking about how I'm going to deal with those. And it was so peaceful and so beautiful. And I looked and I thought, God, this would look beautiful with a huge pond, like almost a mini lake. I mean, no, it won't be a lake, it won't be big enough. But yeah, and you can see because of the rushes that this area is very wet anyway. So I might not even have to line it. All I might have to do is just dig the hole. I don't know, I'm going to have to think about that. I might need to move that lime tree. I might need to move it. Right, so those were the 2 lime trees. And here's the walnut tree, the one over here. And then the other one, can I see it? Well, it's just there. You can't really see it. I'm not going to walk in there because, it's a twig. You've seen twigs before. Right, so I've just come through the gate into this field. So I've planted a copper beech over here. You see? Lovely. I love these buds on it, the shape of them. I haven't put the wood chip around it yet. Some of the trees I have done, and some of it I haven't. And here's another one over here. And I thought these would be 2 nice little sentinels on either side of this path. Because I like the splash of colour of copper beech, compared to all of this is going to be green when we come into summertime. So it will be a nice backdrop for the copper. And I've also planted another one over here. Just there where these brown patches. So these ones, I don't think I'm going to grow them into trees. I'm going to keep them as shrubs. Initially I wanted to plant one over here, but I couldn't because it was just really, really wet, and beech doesn't like to have wet feet. You can see all these little rushes trying to come through. I mean, obviously the main seam of it, but all of this is all, you can see these darker green things, rushes. So I think what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to pop some basket making willow in here. I've got some that really need to go out, so I'll do those. My willow tree is all wonky, it's leaning that way. I need to put a stake here and tie it. But let's have a quick look at the buds, because I noticed yesterday that the buds are coming out. Look how beautiful that is. Isn't that gorgeous? They're like little tufts of cotton, and they're so soft, it's just like velvet. Absolutely love this. I love it. Look at that. Beautiful. Right, let's go around over here. So I've mentioned this valley of the field before, you know, that this comes downwards and behind me comes downwards. So there's all the way along where you see these rushes are. This is where water is. Now, if anyone knows anything about this sort of thing, if I just put not a ton, but you know, a load of gravel on top of this, will that make it, because you know, you can see how it's getting squelched and scorched as we walk over it. I do try to hop, but sometimes when you've got the wheelbarrow you can't. So if I put some gravel here so that we came along the path here, walked over the gravel and then walked down there instead of walking through here, would that work, or would the gravel just carry on being a mulchy, soupy mess? Or would it depend on how much gravel I use? Because I've Googled it and people have said, no, you have to put weed membrane down first, and then otherwise the gravel's just going to go into the mud. But I just think, well, if you put enough, surely it won't. But I don't know, tell me what you think. So here's another one. I came looking for this thing this morning and I couldn't find it. I didn't realise I'd gone up so high. So that's a copper beech too. So you can see I have wood chipped this. I did that this morning and put like a grass halo around it to stop the grass from encroaching into the wood chip. She looks a bit messy actually. Okay, lovely. Then if we go back down over here, this is the purple barberry or berberis. You can see it's like a lovely prickly, well, if you don't like prickles, it's not lovely, but it's a prickly shrub. And this will be a nice, I'm hoping, a nice pop of colour, lovely and purple, and it's got yellow flowers, which will be good for the bees and everything, against sort of this backdrop of green. And then if I come over here, what else have we got? So there are two alder buckthorn that I planted, and alder buckthorn is the larval food of the, what's it called? Oh, hang on, the postman's here, I've got a parcel. I'll come back. Alright, sorry about that. Yeah, I had a parcel that came. I'm coming from the other direction now because I'm coming back from the house. So this is the alder buckthorn here. I planted it here because there's a lot of rushes here, so this must be wet. And alder buckthorn is very happy in soggy ground. And I planted another one around those rushes, just, can you see the wood chip just over there as well? So now they've gone over a little bit, but if anyone knows about mushrooms, could you tell me, is this turkey tail? The colour, oh god, that's nettle. Oh, let me see if I can, oh gosh, right, can you see the colouring on it? Or like down there with these ones. Is that turkey tail? Okay, so we're just coming to the sort of entryway into the backfields. So you can see I've done a little bit of groundwork here. I widened it and flattened it out a little bit more just to make it easier for me to be able to get the lawnmower through. Right, so can you see this little tufty bit here? I planted a copper beech there. Ideally, at some point, I'd like a hedge to go all the way down here, but not like a hedge, like hedge plants, but planted a little bit further away from each other. So I'm just walking down this path, which I have cut, and I'm very happy about. I love it when I've cut a new path, and it just means that more of the land has opened up to me, and yeah, I can just explore, and it's just amazing. There have been places I've been in the past couple of weeks that I've not been able to go to before. So this one, I believe, is Russian olive? No, Viburnum lantana. Viburnum lantana. I can't remember what that is. I'm not up on my Latin at the moment. And just over there I've planted the last of the elder trees. I had 12 elders. 4 got planted in the hedge and the other 6 I've planted around the land. I walked straight past 3 of them. I didn't show them to you. So this is horse chestnut over here. This little one. You see? And then I've cut this path here. This is sweet chestnut over here. This lovely little one. Look at them buds. The GoPro's not really good on zooming in. Well, when I have a little bit of spare cash, I'm going to buy myself a gimbal, because then I'll actually be able to use my phone. The gimbal will stabilise the image. And I can bring my phone out here and that'll be much better. That's another sweet chestnut over here. Now, I'm probably not going to take you all the way. Oh no, come on, let's go. Right. I love a new path. See, now, I've never walked down there before. You know, and to be able to walk down there is amazing. I tell you, it's not easy work though, because first you have to go along the whole thing with a scythe, and that is tough because the grass is all lying down and it's just really hard. And then you have to go over it with a lawnmower. Well, you don't have to do it like that. I suppose you could go straight over it with the lawnmower, but if you want to make sure that there aren't any frogs or other wildlife burrowed into the grass, then that's what you need to do. Can you see that hole? I wonder what's down there. See? Okay, so here's another path I've cut, but this was just with the scythe, not with the lawnmower. So this must be taking us down to the larch. This will also be my new way of getting to the gate back there to go to the river, because you know, when those trees came down, they came down over my path. Now, walking down here, I remember why I didn't mow it. It's because it's so lumpy with molehills and other things that I couldn't. There, can you see? So this is the European larch. This has got a beautiful bright yellow colour in autumn apparently, before the leaves drop. And then I think it's got pink catkins or something like that in the spring. I need to... So if I plant... When I plant the trees, you know, you're supposed to kind of heel them in, aren't you, straight away? But if there have been lots of worms, I don't do that. Oh, hang on. Oh no! There's a branch. Oh gosh, I don't do that. Oh look, there's a worm. Darling. Okay. Anyway, look, I want to go down here to the river because I've not been there in absolutely ages, because my other access from that gate over there is blocked because a tree has come down on the path once you pass the gate. So let's have a look. Hello, tree. Hello, ivy. Wow, look at that. I don't know why I find it so fascinating. You know, you see tree trunks all the time, but because this was, you know, this time last year, this was miles up into the air. It was up there. It was miles up there, you know. And now here it is, down here. I don't know, it's absolutely fascinating. And look at that ivy, God, it's so stunning. Right, anyway, look at these. So these have obviously, look how they've stuck into the ground in the storm. They got, wow, that was quite deep in the ground actually. They got stuck in there. Right, let's go down, have a quick look at the river. Oh good, my chair's still there. So there's a tree that's leaning because I can see it from the top of the field. Oh, there's poo here. God, who's pooing in my field? Actually, you know what? I think I'll leave it there for now because I only wanted this to be a very quick, short 10-minute video. And I suspect that that's probably longer than 10 minutes. But yeah, Yolon, you said that you were going to catch up on some of my videos when you messaged me yesterday. So I thought I'd put something new up for you quickly so you could see what I've been up to. But anyway, yeah, I'll do another video soon so that we can catch up a little bit better. There's been some work done outside in the field opposite my house, and they have absolutely decimated. There was like a small woodlands there, and it was an SSSI, so Site of Special Scientific Interest. And they ripped the trees down. And I don't mean they cut them down with a chainsaw. I mean they used one of those big machine crane type things that ripped them. Oh, it looks absolutely horrific. And then Natural Resources Wales came yesterday because someone must have reported it. And I saw them looking around, so I went to speak to them. And yeah, I don't think they were very happy about it. But I don't know. I just felt really upset because it's like, you know, all the birds are using those trees and stuff like that, probably bats as well, and untold numbers of other insects and wildlife, and in one fell swoop everything's gone. Some machine has come along and ripped him all up, and you know that you can see like the tree stumps, even the hedges, they're ripped open. It's just splintered and ripped, and it's absolutely horrible. Anyway, that was a bit of a depressing note to end the video on, wasn't it? I didn't mean to. I'll catch you again next time.